Half of all cars die before they ever see 100,000 miles, and it's almost never the car's fault. Stay tuned and you'll uncover 15 stealth habits silently shaving years off your engine, plus the one mindset shift that can double your odometer without doubling your budget. Quick gut check. Which repair scares you more, total engine failure or a blown transmission? Drop a one-word answer below before we show you how to dodge both. Habit number 1. Winter idle worship. Cold idling is mechanical sandpaper. Idling your car on a frosty morning feels caring, yet it covertly bathes the cylinders in raw gasoline. Mixed with half-awake oil, as unburnt fuel condenses, it drips into the crankcase, turning 5 quarts of lubricating film into a coffee-colored soup no bearing deserves. That diluted film can't shield metal, so bearings score, rings glaze, catalytic converters choke, and engines that warm up like this wear out twice as fast. Fire the engine, wait 30 seconds for oil pressure, then roll out gently for 5 minutes. Full car warmth, 0 silent damage. Meanwhile, the cabin heats just as fast once you're moving, so comfort isn't sacrificed. I watched my neighbor replace a camshaft and turbo seals at $60K. A 30-second habit switch would have saved him $2,400. Habit number 2. Manual lies. Lurking in print, severe is normal. Flip past the glossy diagrams in your manual and you'll find two maintenance charts, regular and the ominous severe, the latter intended for dusty deserts, stop-and-go cities, or icy start-stop. Commutes conditions that 80% of us face daily. Follow the optimistic 10,000-mile oil interval anyway, and sludge silently accumulates, blocking oil passages right about the time your warranty bows out, leaving you with a $5,000 rebuild instead of routine service. Double down on prevention. By having the numbers, oil and filter every 5,000 miles or 12 months, brake and cabin filters checked twice as often, vital fluids sampled yearly. I once logged a fleet of ride-share hybrids. Those on the severe schedule cruised past 300K, while the regulars coughed out at 140K. Same model, different habit. Habit number 3. Parking pole, pinky-sized time bomb. Imagine a 4,000-pound SUV leaning on a metal pin as thin as your pinky while you sip coffee in the driver's seat. That's the parking pole. And every time you slide the shifter straight to P without first setting the handbrake, gravity loads that fragile pin like a Jenga block at the bottom of the tower. One careless nudge from a passerby or a steep driveway can shear it clean off, instantly turning your transmission into a $3,000 paperweight and leaving your vehicle free-rolling into traffic. Break the chain, foot brake, neutral, parking brake click tight, then P. Wait on the brakes, not the pawl. Years ago, a delivery van on my street snapped its pawl, coasted downhill, and rode off to parked cars. A 5-second ritual would have saved a lawsuit. Tiny pin, giant risk. Habit number 4. Lifetime fluids. Short-life gearbox. Lifetime fluid is like bottomless coffee promised infinite refills, yet the pot's empty by lunch. Marketing slaps that cheerful label on transmission oil that begins breaking down at 200 degrees Fahrenheit, exactly where daily traffic keeps it. Varnish forms, shift so annoyed stick, clutches glaze, and somewhere around 60K miles the sealed gearbox starts lurching just after your warranty waves goodbye. Heat kills fluid, period. Swap automatic trans, differential, and transfer case oils every 30 to 60K shorter if you tow, climb mountains, or love launch control land. Insist on OEM spec blends. A friend's lifetime BMW X5 lost its gears at 68K, $7,200 gone because a $150 service sounded unnecessary. Don't let a slogan bankrupt you. Habit number 5. Slow motion engine suffocation. Drive everywhere at 25 miles per hour and you're bench pressing with spaghetti. Low-speed trundling never let cylinder tongue vaporize water or blast carbon, so emulsified. Oil froths under the cap while intake valves cake in soot. Diesel DPFs clog, gasoline rings stick, MPG nosedives, engines need exercise. Treat yours to a monthly 30-minute highway sprint. Keep revs in the heart of the power band. Very throttle. Let it breathe. The rideshare hybrids I managed ran 12-hour city loops. We scheduled a weekly Italian tune-up, and those motors sailed past 300k, whereas a retiree's garage queen Corolla with only city miles needed a $4,500 to sludge at 90k. Heat and speed are preventive medicine. Habit number 6. Invisible brake killer. Water is brake fluid's kryptonite, warns veteran race engineer Maya Ortiz. Hygroscopic .3/4 absorbs moisture from humid air the moment you crack the cap, slicing its boiling point from 446 degrees Fahrenheit to as low as 284 degrees Fahrenheit, well below the temp of a downhill panic stop. Steam bubbles compress, the pedal sinks, and you overshoot the intersection. Corrosion works silently, too, eating ABS modulators and steel lines from the inside out. One hidden leak can cost $1,500 and you're stopping distance. Flush every 24k miles or 2 years, whichever hits first, and insist the shop bleeds until fluid runs clear amber. Track day. Replace sooner. I've watched a $50 flush save a $900 caliper set. Brakes must stay fearless. Habit number 7. PSI Myth on the door jamb. The sticker on your driver's side door isn't gospel year-round, it's summer's best guess. As mercury falls, every 10 degrees Fahrenheit drop steals roughly 1 psi, shrinking your tire's contact patch and forcing ball joints and tie rods to shoulder the shock. Underinflation skews ABS readings, overinflation shortens tread life. Bow/grip on icy bends, pressure drifts with temperature. Solve it by adding 3.5 psi above the sticker once nights stay below 45 degrees Fahrenheit, then reset to spec each spring. Keep a digital gauge in the glove box and check cold tires monthly. The 5-minute ritual can prevent a $1,000 suspension rebuild and maybe a winter fender bender. Smart Air saves rubber and steel. Habit number 8. That $25 valve nobody mentions. A $25 plastic PCV valve quietly regulates crankcase breath, yet when it sticks shut, pressure skyrockets and oily rubs through the engine's weakest seals. I once towed a Civic dripping from every gasket diagnosis. A valve no bigger than a thumb had jammed. Sludge formed, rings coat, and a budget commuter faced a $2,800 reseal. Replace this valve every 30,000 to 50,000 miles or sooner if idle falters, dipstick smokes, or oil disappears mysteriously. 10 minutes with a socket wrench beats 10 hours of engine teardown. Tiny part, titanic consequences. Swap it before it stings. Caught yourself in one of those first 8 habits? Smash the like button so YouTube shows this lifesaver to more drivers, and drop the number that surprised you most in the comments. Ready for the back half revelations? Keep watching the next. Secret starts in 3, 2, 1. Habit number 9. Short trip rust roulettes. Morning coffee runs are murder on metal. Engines that shut off before reaching full temp leave moisture pooling in mufflers and emulsifying inside crankcases. That water becomes rust flakes and peanut butter sludge. One delivery driver's van I inspected had a newborn muffler riddled with holes after 18 months of 3-mile routes. Take a weekly 20-minute highway loop, hold steady speed, and let heat chase condensation out the tailpipe. Combine it with a slightly longer commute home and you'll save the $1,200 a stainless exhaust costs and dodge the $8,000 sludge rebuild horror stories. Long drives heal hidden damage. Habit number 10. Starts fine? Battery still dying. Think a confident crank means your battery's golden? Hidden sulfation can leave only 60% of capacity while still spinning the starter until a humid night or cold snap drops voltage and the alternator goes into overdrive, roasting diodes and tanking fuel economy. Dashboard glitches, random warning, lights, and fluttering headlights are the opening act to a roadside call-out that costs more than a new battery. Voltage sag is silent sabotage. Invest in a $30 load tester. Check each oil change after year 3 and schedule replacement by year 5 even if the car still starts. Proactive swaps beat surprise tows. Habit number 11. Cheap gas. costly injectors, your wallet cheers for the station with the lowest marquee. Yet bargain fuel can leave 19 times more carbon on direct injection nozzles, strangling spray patterns and detonation margins. One fleet study saw MPG drop 4% in 6,000 miles on discount gasoline, while a tank of top tier reversed the loss within weeks. Detergents matter. Carbon chunks raise combustion tong, punish turbos, and clog EGRs into four-figure repairs. Pay the extra 3 cents per gallon for certified top-tier brands, or at minimum alternate every third fill-up to keep additive levels high. Pennies now, thousands saved later. Choose wisely at the pump. Habit number 12, only washing what you can see. Paint shines, undercarriage cries. Road salt, coastal mist, even winter brine sticks to subframes where it ferments into flakes that eat brake lines, spring perches, and fuel tanks from the inside out. I photographed a 5-year-old crossover with glossy paint yet fist-sized holes in its rear subframe. Scrap value only. Rust never sleeps. Schedule an underbody rinse every month in salt season or after each beach trip, and apply an oil-based coating like wool wax once a year. A $100 spray preserves 20% resale and prevents a $1,800 suspension teardown. Clean where the sunlight doesn't reach, and the car will thank you. Habit number 13, oil weight roulette at startup. Oil is software for engines, warns tribologist Dr. Lena Cho. Get the code wrong and the hardware crashes. Thick 10W for O on a frosty dawn crawls like syrup, starving turbos. Bargain OW20 shears thin on a desert haul, letting pistons scuff. Mix brands or top up with leftovers and the additive packs fight each other, spawning varnish that glues lifters shut. One tuner I met lost a rod bearing at $70K because he saved $5 a jug. Follow the spec on the cap, match viscosity to climate, and never blend random oils. Stock 2 quarts of the exact grade in your trunk for top-off's consistency. Shields metal. Correct oil equals cheap insurance. Habit number 14, humming hub of doom. My cousin's Civic began singing a gentle hoo-hoo on freeway curves. He cranked up the podcast and ignored it. 10 weeks later, the left front wheel seized at 110 kilometers per hour. Snapping the knuckle and totaling the car $7,800, gone over a $350 bearing. Failing bearings generate 400 degrees Fahrenheit heat, cooking ABS sensors and warping hubs long before a wheel detaches. The telltale, a road speed growl that changes pitch when you swerve. Jack the suspect corner, spin by hand, and feel for roughness. Replace in pairs if mileage tops 80K. Catch the hum early and you'll save suspension, save brakes, save skin. Listen, then act. Habit number 15, reactive owner syndrome. Cars whisper first, scream later. Owners who wait for dashboard lights fund mechanic. Vacations. A sweet maple smell means coolant. A faint ozone whiff points to arcing wires. Subtle drivetrain shivers at 60 miles per hour predict CV joint failure months ahead. Ignore those early clues and the sudden breakdown arrives miles from home with a 4-figure invoice. Build a 5-minute weekly ritual. Hood up, sniff, scan for leaks, wiggle wheels, and note any new sound on a voice memo during your commute. Pair that habit with an OBD2 scanner to check codes before they latch the cell. Vigilance costs minutes. Neglect costs thousands. 15 hidden habits. 1 loud truth. Tiny oversights snowball into wallet-crushing repairs. Master these fixes, and 100K miles becomes your car's warm-up lap. Hungry for more? Tap the video now on screen to learn 6 pro techniques that push any ride past 500,000 miles with no major wrenching. Your odometer's future starts with that click. This content is for informational purposes only and is not professional. Automotive advice. Consult a qualified mechanic for guidance specific to your vehicle.